Couch Chats is a series of real, open, honest, and raw chats with some inspiring friends and women I have had the privilege to meet along my entrepreneurial journey. So I wanted to share these casual interview chats with you all to leave you feeling empowered and inspired. I am your host, Jess Williamson, a serial entrepreneur and business coach. And today I'm coming to you with a solo podcast episode to help you start your 2021 in the right way. So let's get into it. Happy New Year. I hope you all had a really nice celebration. I know so many people actually opted for a quiet night in this year over a big night out, even if there wasn't any COVID restrictions where you are. I had a nice picnic on the beach with my boyfriend Chris, and I was asleep by 10 p.m. So I don't know who else was with me on that one, but I feel like I was definitely not alone. We have made it to 2021. If 2020 wasn't the most unexpected year we've ever had in all history, I know it's definitely has been in my lifetime, then I don't know what is. However, that is why I wanted to share with you some of my thoughts on reflecting on 2020 and the year that was, and how you can actually get more out of 2021 no matter what it throws your way. I'm currently seeing so many people sharing their recaps and reviews of 2020 and looking at all the good times. And it makes me so happy to see all of these highlights showing up on my Instagram feed, on the stories, wherever you're sharing them. And although there were so many challenges this year just past, and many unexpected events, and the general theme I was hearing from people was that, thank gosh it's over, we survived. Every video that I've seen has actually had so much laughter, so many adventures, and so many amazing things to be grateful for. In saying that, I know that Instagram is just the highlight reel, but what it shows me is that you've all actually had more happiness than you realize, more laughter and joy than you were focusing on, and achieved more than you actually are giving yourself credit for. So that is why reflection is so important. And that is why I'm here sharing my thoughts with you so that we can really move forward and get the most out of our lives and out of this year ahead as well. We are all guilty of focusing on the negative sometimes when there is in fact so much to be grateful for. Everyone's situation this year was so different, and I'm definitely not saying it was easy, but when we are in it, when we're actually living it and going through the year that was, the only things we can see at that point in time is what we haven't done yet or what is actually going wrong. Whereas when we come to the end of the year, we do this whole reflection and we look at, wow, we have actually achieved this, and it's friggin' amazing. And oftentimes it is actually overwhelming to go back and reflect. So many times we don't even bother to, but it's so important, because when we look back, the reason why it is sometimes overwhelming and shocking to us is because that our human brain tends to forget plenty of the incredible things that you've done throughout the year. And this is actually something I got my Dreamers and Doers membership students to do recently, which was to reflect on their 2020 and what they have achieved each and every month. And many of them came to me and thanked me because they wouldn't have done it otherwise. And they were so shocked and overwhelmed and proud of what they'd actually done, because most of us has forgotten, or it wasn't front of mind currently. And if I didn't ask them to actually reflect on the year and write down month by month what they have achieved, they would have continued moving forward and focusing on the future, all the things that they are yet to achieve, rather than looking back and realizing, holy hell, this is like a lot of stuff that I have done. And so I would love you all to do this task if you have not already. And I know there's many of you who definitely have not done this. Even if you have, I would encourage you to do it again. And I would like for you to all write down as many things as you can for every single month for the past 12 months. And I promise you, you will be shocked at how many things you've actually achieved, how many things you have done and aspired to do. Sometimes we don't even realize that we may have hit the goals that we set, and we don't actually stop to thank ourselves and appreciate what we have done. There's so many times where I speak to clients and they've got all these goals, and when we actually look at the numbers or we look at the facts, they've already achieved them months ago. And so that's why reflecting is so important. Now, it is great to reflect at the end of the year. There's tons of reflection happening between the 26th of December and the 1st of January, and that's when I see everyone posting up these highlights, their highlight reels, their reflections. But what I want to make sure that you guys are doing is doing this every month. Why not do it every week or even every day? Because you have so much to be proud of, and we need to make this more of a regular habit and regular occurrence. It is definitely much more natural to keep setting our eyes on what's ahead of us, what we haven't done yet, what we're working towards, setting those New Year goals and resolutions. However, we do need to look back first and actually reflect, because reflecting actually sets in motion the feeling of gratitude, and it tells our brain, hey, look what we have actually achieved. I did this. I can be capable of reaching these goals. I am capable of being happy, being joyous, and enjoying my days. What this actually does is it reinforces to our subconscious mind, look what I am capable of. I have done it before, so I definitely can achieve my goals. This is the best form of positive reinforcement to help you propel forward into the new year. So I really wanted to encourage all of you to implement this as something you'll use ongoing, not just wait until December next year before we look at where we are going and what we are doing. Reflecting regularly is going to be the key to having more success and more joy in the year ahead of you. Now, in addition to regular reflection, another key habit that I want all of you to work on implementing for more success is to set rewards. One thing that I've actually realized is that a lot of the women that I work with are really struggling with setting rewards and setting celebrations for achieving their goals. Now, this is something that I teach to all of my one-on-one clients, my mastermind, and my membership ongoing, and I help them work through this. But what I realized was that so many of these women that I was working with were really struggling to set rewards for themselves. Oftentimes the rewards were centered around something business related, or it was for their family, or sometimes they even said the reward was achieving the goal itself. However, the rewards need to be something for you. You've got to really learn to be comfortable with giving yourself a reward or celebrating your wins, because it's not just all about setting the next goal and pursuing that. It needs to be about setting, reflecting, and also celebrating and rewarding what you have achieved. And now that doesn't mean you have to go out and buy yourself a designer handbag every single time, but if you want one and you do hit a huge goal, then go for it and put that down as one of your rewards for hitting a certain big goal that you have been working towards. Firstly, it lets you enjoy the journey and not just setting the next goal and moving through life without enjoying the journey. Secondly, it trains the brain to actually be more motivated, because we know that if we achieve the goal and we get the reward, it's kind of like training a dog in a way. The dog does the trick, you give it a treat, and it's going to do it again and again. So this is kind of like training our subconscious mind. When you get yourself a reward, when you set a celebration, you're actually releasing certain hormones within the body that make us want to chase after that feeling again and again and again. And so it actually causes us to be more motivated and more driven in order to reach our goals in the future as well. So that's where we really need to get comfortable with setting these rewards and celebrations when we do meet our goals, because I don't want to hear anyone tell me again that hitting the goal was the reward, because that's not the point. And if you are feeling stuck on this, feel free to reach out to me, send me a DM on Instagram, because these are things that I do work through with my clients and I help them really unearth what that is that's holding them back, or what they could really set that is something meaningful to them and something that is relevant to the goal that they are setting as well. Quite often people are stuck with feelings of guilt of doing something for themselves, or maybe the goal was something to help others and they feel like that's a great satisfaction, but you still need to give back to you. So, if there are 2 habits or rituals that you implement this year, I hope you make it a regular activity to firstly reflect on what you have achieved, and secondly, set yourself a reward or celebration for reaching each and every goal, no matter how small or big. Some of my favorite rewards for myself is to go to the beach, or to have the afternoon off, or to just enjoy some sunshine. And it doesn't have to be something huge always. So this is something I work with all of my clients on to ensure they are actioning these things. If you are ready to get the most out of 2021, ready to set some huge goals without any limits and have the right strategies in place to achieve them, I do currently have some one-on-one openings for my coaching programs, which is where I would work with you super closely to set your goals, to dig deep and overcome any mindset blocks and truly unearth your potential. Plus, I'm able to give you the exact strategies to help you reach your goals, because success is not an accident. With the right strategies, the right mindset, accountability, and really unearthing your potential, I can help you get to those goals sooner, avoid any pitfalls, and live your dream life. Because as you guys know, I always say anything truly is possible. You just have to first believe it and then have the right strategies and plans in place to make that happen. Now, I do only have a few spots open because my current clients keep signing up again and again. So these spots do not come around very often. So if you are interested in working with me, please send me a DM on Instagram at jess.williamson8. And we can chat more about whether it's the right fit, because I do not take on clients that it either isn't the right fit for me, or it isn't the right fit for you, or it isn't the right time. So I'm always going to make sure that you get the best out of that. If all else fails, then we get to have a great chat and I'll always give you something of value to take away. So please reach out, send me a DM on Instagram, and let's go out there and make 2021 the most successful and abundant year yet. Speak to you guys soon.